Welcome into the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I'm Harrison Graham, and it is post-game show time as the Chiefs are advancing to a fifth straight AFC Championship game. They knock off the Jags 27-20. Gutsy performance, and we'll talk about this momentarily because Patrick Mahomes suffered a high ankle sprain. He ended up coming back, but clearly wasn't 100%. Chad Henne filled in for a drive and led a nice drive. But Kansas City found a way. The defense played big. Harrison Butker made a pair of 50-yard kicks. Kansas City ran the ball well. In the playoffs, it doesn't matter how you get it done. You just got to find a way, and that's what this team did in a 27-20 win over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's talk about what everybody wants to know, and that is Patrick Mahomes and the status of his ankle. So if you missed it, I think it was early second quarter when this happened. Patrick Mahomes dropped back to pass, and he got rolled up on by a defensive lineman. Nothing intentional, just one of those freak deals. And it was diagnosed, at least by the TV broadcast, as a high ankle sprain. If that's the case, he's probably not going to be 100% next week. Now, he was able to come back and play through it. He missed about a drive and a half. I'd say like the second half of that second quarter. Chad Henne led a 98-yard touchdown drive. Isiah Pacheco had a couple of long runs. That was huge. Mahomes did come back and play the entire second half, which I think is positive. Like, I expect Mahomes to play next week, but I don't think he'll be 100%. So that's obviously going to play a factor into the game planning, into the the practice reps and all of that stuff. But Patrick Mahomes fought through it. His final stat line today, 22 of 30 for 195 yards, 2 touchdowns. Very efficient. Nothing crazy. Obviously, he wasn't able to run as much. Just had 3 scrambles for 8 yards. But he gutted it out, just like this entire team did. And you could kind of feel that energy when he got banged up. The defense had a little extra, bounce in their step. Butker made a couple of big kicks. The running game got going. So people stepped up because when your superstar gets banged up, it's going to take a team effort, and that's exactly what happened today. Now, we're going to update you guys throughout the week, but I got to know, how concerned are you with Patrick Mahomes' injury? Scale from 1 to 10, 1 being not at all. He's going to be 100% next week. 10 being you're incredibly concerned. I'd put it at like a 7. I'm pretty concerned. I'm not concerned about whether or not he'll play. I fully expect him to play. But normally a high ankle sprain, if that's truly what it is, regular season, you're missing minimum 2 weeks, sometimes 3 to 6. I mean, high ankle, that usually means it's ligament damage. So we'll see what happens. Again, I expect him to play. I'd put it at a 7, though. I don't think Magic Mahomes, in terms of dancing around and doing all that, is going to be nearly as much of a role. I think a lot of quick passing games. It's going to have to be mostly shotgun. But I am at least decently concerned. Let me know how concerned you guys are down in the comments section. Like I said, guys were able to step up around him. You look at Isiah Pacheco today. I thought he should have gotten more involved. 12 carries, 95 yards, had a long of 39 on a run. He got loose and turned on the afterburners and almost scored. Jarrett McKinnon limited in the run game, 11 for 25. He was actually pretty limited overall. No catches today. If you told me Jarrett McKinnon would have 25 total yards and no catches and no touchdowns, I'd be surprised, but that was actually the case. How about Travis Kelce? 14 catches for 98 yards and 2 touchdowns. A lot of underneath, but 14 catches. Travis Kelce is special. Kadarius Toney had 5 catches for 36 yards. It was a total team effort. We'll talk about the defense a little bit more in a second, but do want to tell you guys about our sponsor today, and that is Magic Spoon. Shout out to Magic Spoon for sponsoring today's show. Get $5 off your order at magicspoon.com/chat. It's magicspoon.com/chat. I'm a big fan of their peanut butter flavor, but listen, Magic Spoon is awesome because it's high protein, low sugar cereal. And you guys can take advantage of getting that $5 off at magicspoon.com/chat. Magic Spoon is the perfect choice for anyone looking to start the new year off on the right foot. With a variety of flavors to choose from, like cocoa, fruity, frosted, and peanut butter, you will never get bored. And only 140 calories per serving, it's a guilt-free breakfast option. But the best part, Magic Spoon is packed with 13 to 14 grams of protein and 0 grams of sugar, making it the best and perfect choice for those following a keto or gluten-free diet. And with a 100% happiness guarantee, you have nothing to lose by giving it a try. Order your own personalized Magic Spoon variety pack today and save $5 by using code CHAT at magicspoon.com/chat or by scanning the QR code on screen. Trust us, you will not regret it. Start your day off with Magic Spoon. It's magicspoon.com/chat, promo code CHAT. That link is in the description and in the comments of this video. Magic Spoon, they were a sponsor for us before. I'm so glad to have them back. I'm a huge fan of their product. Really good cereal, and I'm glad to be working with them once again. magicspoon.com/chat. QR code right there if you want to scan it and get $5 off. Shout out to Szechuan for a $50 super chat. We'll take a few of your questions in our post-game show. He says, Trevor Lawrence, he's kind of mocking him for that quote he had earlier in the week when Lawrence said, I can't imagine Arrowhead Stadium will be much louder than Jacksonville was last Saturday. Yeah, that's probably an opportunity for Lawrence to learn there. Probably best to keep your mouth shut. Clip saying, extend Juan Thornhill. He's made some great plays. Looks, he had that nice breakup, and he had a couple nice breakups. Almost had that pick in the end zone. So I like Juan Thornhill. I'd like to bring him back on the day as a whole. He had 5 tackles, 2 pass breakups. I thought he was really good. I thought the defense as a whole was good. Frank Clark had a sack. He also had a nice tackle for loss on a screenplay to Evan Ingram. Nick Bolton had 10 tackles. Ajarius Sneed was everywhere. He had 9 tackles. How about Jalen Watson? A one-handed interception to ice the game. That was unbelievable. I mean, the defense stepped up. When Mahomes got banged up, even if he was going to come back, which he did, you were like, okay, it's probably not going to be a 40-point game. Like, you're going to have to get some stops defensively, and the defense did get stops, and they got 2 takeaways in the fourth quarter. Absolutely critical for Spags' group. Yoandre Dominguez, will the Mahomes injury affect the next game? I think it'll have some effect. I mean, if it's truly a high ankle sprain, he will not be 100% by next week. Now, what I will say about Mahomes is he's so big and physical that a high ankle sprain may not impact him quite to the level of a normal player, but it will impact him. And it will impact his mobility, especially on the under center plays. You guys saw on under center how gimpy he was to hand the ball off. And I'll say this too, if you're going to go under center with him dealing with this injury, you at least have to be willing to do some play action. Because down the stretch of this game against Jacksonville, they knew they were running it if he went under center. So I think you either have to abandon under center or you have to at least be willing to do some sort of play action out of it. If not, if Mahomes isn't mobile enough to do that, I think you have to go strictly shotgun. From Tyler, how about this defense? Feels like Super Bowl 54 defense again. It was great, man. Frank Clark ran his mouth all week, and you know what? He backed it up. Had a really good game, had a sack, a TFL. 2 TFLs, actually. Had a quarterback hit. He was good. They backed it up, man. They backed it up. Defense played well. You hold a red-hot Jags team to 20, that's a good performance. From Clips, is Sneed's injury anything serious? So L'Jarius Sneed on that fumble near the goal line got a little bit nicked up. He was able to walk off the field, so I'm not sure. I don't think there's anything too concerning there. I'm pulling up Twitter here to see if there's any kind of update. I think he's fine. I think L'Jarius Sneed is fine, so we'll keep an eye on that. He obviously played huge, made some big tackles. You need him out there against Cincinnati or Buffalo next week. Join the family here at the Chiefs Report, because that's exactly what this YouTube channel is. Chat Sports as a whole is a family, but especially the Chiefs Report. All of you guys make this go. You guys have helped us grow over the years. Well over 35,000 subs, trying to get to 36,000. Let's grow that number, and let's carry this momentum on into the AFC Championship game. 100% free. Don't charge you a dime. Subscribe today for videos throughout the week leading up to next week. And also, once the game goes final tomorrow, Buffalo and Cincinnati, we will have a full preview of the AFC Championship game. I'll be at home, so we won't have all the graphics, but I'll give you some early thoughts on that one. Dale Webb Jr., who do you think plays the Chiefs next weekend? I think it's perfect time to talk about this matchup. Rolly, shout out Rolly getting this graphic ready here. The AFC divisional matchup between Cincinnati and Buffalo. Throughout the week, I kind of thought Cincinnati, but they have 3 starting offensive linemen out. I'm going to go Buffalo. Bills are 4.5-point favorites. I'm not sure if that line has shifted at all, but I think the Bills are and should be favored. They're facing a beat-up offensive line. They're at home. The Bills should win. Now, Joe Burrow is not a guy to sleep on. I mean, he's come up big in big games. We know how capable he is, and this is going to be an emotional game as well. How do each of these teams come out emotionally? Because the last time these two teams played each other We know what happened. The Damar Hamlin situation. I mean, is Damar Hamlin going to walk out of the tunnel tomorrow? I think he might. Could you imagine that environment if he does? If he's out there for the coin flip? I mean, eyes are glued to that game. CBS tomorrow. Go check it out, 3 o'clock Eastern. But it's going to be tough either way, especially if Mahomes' ankle is banged up. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to lean Buffalo. I think it's going to end up being the Bills. And if it is, that'll be a neutral site game down in Atlanta. If it's the Bengals, Chiefs will have home field in Kansas City. Now, who would you rather play? Type BUF for the Bills, CIN for the Bengals. If I know 3 of the Bengals' offensive linemen are going to be out again next week, I'd say Cincinnati. I don't know if that's going to be the case. It's a tough call. It really is. It's going to be tough either way. Let me know what you guys think. Who would you rather play, BUF for the Bills or CIN for the Cincinnati Bengals? There you go. Final thoughts here. Chiefs win 27-20 to advance to a 5th straight AFC title game. I think thought number 1 is we just have to appreciate that we're watching this team in the golden era of Chiefs football. I know you want to win the Super Bowl every year, this and that, yada, 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 and I think the Chiefs have a good chance of doing that this year, even with Mahomes nicked up. But regardless of how this ends, I mean, another hell of a season. I mean, you've now won 15 games. You're going to a 5th straight AFC title game, and you have a chance to play for a Super Bowl. Gutsy performance. Guys rallied, stepped up. Mahomes gutted it out. He was efficient, made enough plays. Excited to see what next week brings. Excited to see what tomorrow brings as we get to see who wins between Cincinnati and Buffalo. But do not take this for granted, Chiefs fans. You are watching a historic era in Chiefs football. There's no doubt about it. All right, guys, hit that subscribe button. Like I mentioned, we will have a video tomorrow for the AFC Championship game. So subscribe and turn on those notifications, and we will get some content out to you tomorrow. If there's a Mahomes injury update, we'll have that as well. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV.